Hello everyone and welcome to the tutorial on beginner C Sharp. This is the third video in the C Sharp beginners course, and today we have left the last tutorial with these two lines of code, and if you run it we should receive a line from the console of between the quotations, the whatever you put in the quotations, of course, and it should seem like this. And when you press enter, the program shuts down. Well, today we're going to be playing around with variables, and there's many types of variables that store different types of data. All right. The best way to think of what a variable is quite literally, it's the most common explanation, but it's quite literally a box that you can put information inside. For an example, since there's different types of variables, you can store different types of information. For an example, if you want to store like a character or a bunch of characters or like text, just like the ones in the console.writeLine, Batman is the best DC character. You can write down right here string, which tells the actual computer that we're calling a variable, right? And we're gonna create a variable, and we're gonna name it whatever's falling out of the string. So let's just say string. We're gonna name it superhero. All right. We just created a variable named superhero, and that variable you can put in text like the Batman is the best DC character. You can put in here superhero equals, so we're basically saying what's in superhero, the information inside of superhero is whatever you would like to put inside in these quotations actually. So let's just say in this case we're gonna say Superman. All right, in this quotation, I mean in this parentheses, right, you can put in that text of Superman in here without actually needing to type down Superman a billion times. Let's say, for example, they like 1,000 of these, like like a whole story, right? A whole story. Just an example, all right? Let's say there's a story that seems similar to this. All right, I'll show you an example. Hold on. I'm just gonna fast forward. Alright, I'm back from just making a little story just to demonstrate further explain why the uses of variables. So like in this situation, in this code, if you run it, right, it'll show a console that says Batman is the best DC character. He is 20 years old. He loves donuts. He hates Joker, and he is rich. All right. And let's say, for an example, in this story that I'm saying, um, I actually don't. I actually want to change the superhero from Batman to Superman. All right. What you can do is you can't just write down that variable in here by just typing down superhero. It'll just say superhero inside of the message, like the quotations in between. So what you would do is you would write down superhero. The computer, the compiler will understand it because we already called it beforehand. The string, which is the data type of superhero, which is a variable that has this text inside. The computer knows that superhero has the superhero is Superman, and right after that line of code, we're calling in superhero into the console.writeLine. What do you guys think is gonna happen? Superhero plus, because there's different the way this computers understand and compile information. You need to give like, I wouldn't say this is a condition, but like this is a way of saying I want to put the information of the variable superhero, and I want to add into that string of that line of code this string, which is the best DC character. Superman is the best character. So in this case, if we did it correctly, I should say Superman is the best DC character. Now, if I change it from Superman to, I don't know, Hulk, which isn't really a DC character, but like you guys get it. Hulk is the best DC character. It literally changed it without actually going back on it. So for an example, let's say for an example, we want to change the age of Hulk in this case. What would we do then? It would make another variable, another string. I'm gonna repeat this again just to make it more clear. A string is a type of variable that holds a certain data type, and this data type is just a bunch of text, like you're like familiar with because of console.writeline. You write down a bunch of text in between these quotations, and yeah, we're gonna call another one, but instead of a superhero, we're gonna try to we're gonna try to create a variable for the age of the character, right? And let's say in this case, the age of this character is 4 years old. Just for jokes, all right? Now I have a question for you guys. How do we put the age 4, right? The variable of the age in between he is and 20 years old and years old. Just like over here, right? How would you do it there? I'll give you guys a little bit of time to think about it. If pause the video if you really want to think about it, but if you guys are back from unpausing it, the solution is actually pretty simple. All right, you'll get used to it. You'll get used to these things. All right. So what you can just do is, right? You're just gonna write down he is, right? He is in a separate thing, and then we're gonna add a plus. We're gonna add the age, right? And then we're gonna add the years old at the end, and it should work like a magic. Let's check it out. Hulk is the best DC character. He's 4 years old. It worked just fine. What you need to like get used to quickly is try to get used to adding random information in between a huge line of console.writeline. Get used to adding stuff. It doesn't need to make sense. Just get used to it, you know what I'm saying? And for example, I just want to add here superhero. It's not gonna make sense, of course, but just play around, just to understand that if you want to put the same, if you want to put information together in one console.writeline, you can. It's definitely possible. You just need to add them together um, like actual bits of information. This piece of the puzzle, these pieces of the puzzle, this piece of the puzzle, and this piece of the puzzle, and it should make a whole line uh of code that says exactly what you want if you put it together properly. And yeah, um, if I have any homework for you guys for the next tutorial, I would like you guys to make a variable for food, the foods that the superhero loves, the stuff that the superhero hates, and an adjective to describe the superhero. And that's about it for this tutorial. This for beginners it's gonna be hard to comprehend. For others, it might be easy. You know what I'm saying? And it's okay. It'll get easier as you practice them. Just play around with the variables, with the console.writeline, and yeah, just have fun with them. And all the homework the only homework that I have for you guys for the next is to find something that the superhero loves, something that he hates, and something to describe him, like he is rich, or he is poor, or he is ugly, or he is beautiful. Alright? And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next tutorial. See you guys.